A lot of talk about the running game the last couple of weeks. Do you guys have the faith in that you've been in the lab doing things in the field that you're going to be where you want to be going forward here?
Definitely. Just making those steps to get better and better each week. I think we all know that we haven't been who we want to be just yet, but I think we've taken the right steps, yes.
Keeanu, at the nose, for you, what are you personally kind of focused on coming into this game that maybe you wanted to improve upon from the first two games?
Just being more stout, being more gap sound and as a collective, and then personally just whooping the block. I feel like I've been getting in blocks, being in my gap, but just not getting off those blocks and making plays. So I just got to focus on my finishing.
From a technique standpoint, when you're facing a zone run like that, and maybe you're getting combo block, what kind of do you feel like you have to do to maybe get off those blocks a little more consistently before the runner can kind of get through the gap or the cutback lane?
I mean, it just comes with playing ball and then also your game plan, and I think we have a pretty good game plan this week.
We'll see what happens if Derek comes, and how big of a boost can that be for you guys, wondering if he gets to sit up with you guys one of these games. Derek Harmon.
What you say?
Derek Harmon, he might be playing this week or might not, but he's playing soon. When he plays, gets in a game,
okay.
How much of a help will that be for you guys? Or will it be a help, a boost for you guys?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, we've been waiting on him. We need him to come do some things, and we didn't get him in the first round for no reason.
What do you think I said before that?
I don't know. I was confused. You said
Okay.
it was a lot going on right there.
Keeanu, TA said that there were some alignment things just up front that he wanted you guys to improve upon this week. In terms of communication, how do you guys as a front kind of do that, whether it's verbal, nonverbal? How much does that have to improve for you guys? Maybe just to not lose before the snap. At least that's how he kind of said it.
Yeah, that's just knowing the playbook and knowing what you need to do. And most of all, just having that confidence that we're going to do what we need to do and not trying to do too much. I feel like when you're thinking of what another person needs to do, you get a little less focused on your job, and that's when plays can happen in your gap. So just being focused on what you need to do and just having that trust.
I know for you, the club over has kind of been a big thing for you as a move, but I've seen you trying to kind of put changes in a spin move and cross chop and different things. How are those kind of coming along, and how do you feel your kind of secondary moves are coming off your primary moves as a pass rusher?
Yeah, I think it's just a start. I feel like the club over is just something that's natural for me, and just being more conscious of trying different moves is something I've been putting the emphasis on this year.
Have you kind of seen some linemen just sitting on your club over, so you're trying to get a change up in there?
I mean, they can try, but it comes with some power too, though. So sometimes they might sit on it, sometimes they might get clubbed 3 yards, so it works like that.
If and when Derek comes back eventually, you'll be playing less nose, but do you feel more comfortable? Is the nose where you can be more ideal where you were maybe supposed to be, or more often where you were initially planned to be?
I feel like I am where I'm supposed to be. Wherever God put me, and wherever I can get a helmet at is where I'm supposed to be.
They play you as a nose and as a shade, kind of a one tech. What's different for you when you play one tech versus nose? Do you kind of feel like you can maybe get quicker upfield as a one tech shade versus say straight up on the nose?
For sure, I feel like when you're a shade, you got one gap, getting upfield. When you're in a zero, you're kind of trying to read that guy, get front side, and mirror him almost. But playing a tilt, you just getting off that rock.
Even with five kind of moving out to corner, like you guys are in different spots than what you even practice for most of the time. Even though you guys are veterans, does that still take time or on-field reps to be able to have that type of communication?
I think that's just the little nuances and the details of any job, You want to make sure everybody's on the same page, everybody's comfortable doing what they're supposed to do and be where they're supposed to be to help the engine work and go. But I think you can never over-communicate and over-detail little things.
What does May use his feet? Is it something where they're going to look for him to run, or is it mostly just trying to escape the pocket?
I played against him last year, and he surprisingly he can run pretty good, and just watching it on film as well. So I don't know if it's going to be some design things or the pocket breaks down and he gets up out of there, but he can run really good for sure.
I know we think about communication a lot as verbal. Non-verbal is obviously a big part of that too, when crowd noise becomes a factor.
Yeah.
How do you guys over-communicate, say, if there's a really loud crowd and it's non-verbal and you can't maybe just yell across the field?
Just things that you've already talked about during the week, in the classroom, where it's calm and where it's controlled, so when we are in that element and things are crazy, all right, I'm looking over and we talked about a signal that we've done in the classroom or in the walkthrough already, and just trying to be on that same page. And I mean, a lot of times, you know, sometimes dudes are locked in and they can't hear. You got to get the clapping, you know. That's the only thing that you honestly can hear out there on the field if it is kind of crazy like that, to get someone's attention.
For you, how long does it take generally to learn like another safety's body language or the slot's body language, just to kind of pick up on those nonverbal cues that they're maybe sending your way?
I don't think that's like a hard thing, you know. Football is football, you know, and you feel different guys in different positions, you know. It is what it is. It's just learning that person in a sense, but it's not hard. It doesn't take long.